So what if I told you that there is a force in the universe so incredibly powerful that it's been called the eighth wonder of the world? It's a force that can either make you unbelievably wealthy or, well, it can bury you in debt. Today we are going to pull back the curtain on the secret of compounding.
You've probably heard this famous quote, right? It's often linked to Einstein, and man, it just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the two sides of this incredible power. As you're about to see, really getting this concept is the key to building real wealth. And ignoring it? Yeah, that gets expensive fast. Now this right here is a total mindset shift. I mean, think about it. We're all taught to chase the bigger paycheck, the promotion, the higher salary. But what if the real secret weapon, the one thing you absolutely cannot buy more of, is just time? Let's break down exactly how that works.
Okay, so what is this magical concept we're talking about? The best way to think about it is like a snowball effect, but for your money. It's all about getting your money to start working for you so it can start making more money all by itself.
And that's the core of it right there. It's this beautiful, simple feedback loop. Your money earns a little something, and then that little something starts earning its own returns. It's this cycle that once you get it started, just starts to pick up speed. You know, the snowball analogy is just perfect. When you first start, the growth is so small you can barely see it. It can feel really boring. But as that snowball picks up a little more snow, its surface area gets bigger, right? And that means it can pick up even more snow even faster. That incredible acceleration, that's the magic of compounding.
And here's a fantastic little mental trick so you can feel the power of that acceleration for yourself. It's called the Rule of 72. Let's say you expect a 7% return on your money each year. You just divide 72 by 7. What do you get? Roughly 10. That means your money is going to double about every 10 years. It's a super simple way to do the math in your head and really grasp the timeline.
So if time is the secret ingredient here, what happens when we really put it to the test? Let's look at a classic example that shows just how unfair, in a good way, this advantage can really be.
All right, let's meet our two investors. We've got person A, who starts at 25. They invest 5,000 rupees a month for just 10 years, and then they stop completely. They've put in a total of 6 lakh rupees. Then you have person B, who starts a decade later, at 35. They invest that same 5,000 rupees a month, but do it for 25 straight years, putting in a total of 15 lakh. That's more than double what person A invested. So who do you think has more money when they both turn 60?
And get this, the results are just wild. Person A, the one who invested less than half the money and stopped a full 25 years earlier, ends up with more. How is that even possible? Well, that extra 10 years they had at the beginning gave their money a massive head start. Their little snowball had an entire decade longer to roll and grow, and that momentum completely overpowered person B's much bigger contributions later on. That is the unfair advantage of time.
Okay, so if you thought that last example was impressive, let's scale this whole thing up to a level that will absolutely blow your mind. We're about to look at one of the most famous and, as it turns out, most lucrative real estate deals in all of history.
I want you to go back in time with me. We're going way back, nearly 400 years ago. The Dutch are negotiating with the local Lenape tribe for a piece of land we now know as one of the most valuable plots of real estate on the entire planet. And the rumored price they paid? $24. Now, whenever people hear this story, they think, wow, the natives got a terrible deal. But what if they had taken that $24 and invested it?
Let's use our rule of 72 again. Let's assume a pretty modest 7% return. That $24 would double every 10 years. You know, after 30 years, it's not even $200. The growth is so incredibly slow and boring at first. Honestly, most people would have just given up.
But stick with it for the first 100 years, and suddenly something starts to happen. That initial $24 has multiplied 1,000 times over. It's now $24,000. The snowball is finally starting to pick up some serious speed.
Okay, now let's fast forward another 200 years. The growth is now just explosive. That initial $24 has ballooned into an incredible $24 billion. The curve on the graph is practically vertical at this point.
Which brings us all the way to today. After almost 400 years of that snowball rolling downhill, completely uninterrupted, what do you think that final number is? Go on, take a guess.
$12 trillion. That's not a typo. That original $24, if just left alone to grow, would be worth $12 trillion today. That is far more than the value of all the real estate in Manhattan combined. So it turns out the deal was actually fantastic, you know, if you had a 400-year investment plan.
So how do we take this absolutely incredible lesson and actually apply it to our own lives? Well, it all comes down to recognizing what your single most valuable asset really is.
The single biggest enemy of compounding isn't a stock market crash or picking a bad investment. It's us. It's our own impatience. Every single time you panic and sell, or you get jumpy and switch funds, or you pull money out, you're not just taking out cash. You are shattering your snowball. You are resetting the entire process and destroying all of that future growth.
The rules to win this game, then, are almost laughably simple. 1. Start now, even if it's a tiny amount. 2. Commit to the long haul. 3. Reinvest everything your money earns. And 4, the most important one, have the discipline to not interrupt the process. Just let time do all the heavy lifting for you. Just think about that for a second. One of the richest people in history, a guy who started investing when he was 11 years old, knows that his most powerful weapon isn't his genius or his secret strategy, it's his runway. More time simply means more doubles, and more doubles means wealth that grows exponentially.
And that really is the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? Compounding is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-inevitably plan. It replaces luck with certainty, and it replaces anxiety with patience. Your biggest asset isn't the money you have in your bank account right now. It is the time you have ahead of you. So the only real question left is, when are you going to start?